Now? When? Am I ready? I don't understand.
Well,
Don't look at me!
You better figure it out.
Ah!
Me.
Okay.
Oh, Red me has me hostage against my will. I'm trapped.
I thought you were supposed to do that in, like, Morse code or something. So that he didn't know you were doing that.
Damn it! I knew I should have used Pig Latin.
Yeah, what are you, stupid? Well, guess you're gonna have to deal with being kidnapped more. Or I guess you gotta kidnap him harder.
Right, well, how's the audio sound?
Sounds like audio.
I don't believe you.
Can't believe it's not audio. I can't believe it's not audio. It's filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Well, you better believe it.
Believe it!
How's it sound?
What was that to me?
To anyone.
See, I'm not actually
Basically, literally everything is a little quiet.
Yeah, the stream's a little quiet.
Like, I have it maxed out on volume, but, like, you know.
Well,
Oh, Friday's back with pants.
mean,
I am.
guys,
I'm back with pants and with crunchy things to eat loudly into the microphone.
You son of a bitch.
I mean, you guys are pretty loud on my end, and so...
The Discord call is louder on my end than anyone on the stream was.
Well,
You gave it
raise-
away!
The Discord call
raise
is
the
louder
volume on
on
OBS.
my end than anyone on the stream
Not on
was.
your end, right?
Well, I guess I could. I can't raise myself any higher. So
Can you change that on your microphone settings on your computer?
Can you blast your gain to maximum?
you know, why is it every time I feel like I'm having to raise my mic more and more?
Your mic is quiet.
I turned it up a little more.
Well, now I'll have to go and check.
Well, can you at least hear it, even if it's a little quiet?
Wait.
Wait.
Okay. Quick question. Am I an idiot, or is the thumbnail meant to be
Everyone-
upside down?
Everyone is legible. You are slightly quiet, but legible.
And it just put me on a completely different
Audible.
game.
You are audible too, even if you could be a little louder.
Right,
also,
whatever.
Friday, you're crunching the mic like you said you would.
Anyways, Dark Cloak says everyone sounds okay on his end. That's good enough for me.
It
So-
sounds good to me. I think Harane's volume, just like in the Discord thing that you had him, was just a little bit lower than the way I have him at. So like comparatively, it was off. But when I heard myself talking about the thumbnail, that sounded good levels.
Yeah.
So
There's a reason the thumbnail's like that. That will
yeah,
Also,
I think I know because I know something about Symphony of the Night, but
Also, Friday, do you have noise suppression on?
I don't have noise suppression on.
If you do or don't,
I do not.
Do not? Oh,
No.
on would probably help with the crunch, 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 crunch.
I changed my sensitivity,
Oh, okay.
so it should be picking that up less. My sensitivity was like very low because at points in time, I've had people complain to me about my sensitivity like cutting out me talking, but I found a good balance, I think.
right.
And then
Also,
when I
Bill,
eat
how
stuff,
many
I'll just
reasons-
lean away from the mic.
Okay. Well, everything seems to be fine. So yeah,
Red-
last stream I did basically the first half of the game and killed Richter. That is
Red-
actually the
no.
right ending.
There is a problem with the stream though.
Why?
It's upside down.
Look. Anyways, so
Listen here, you little shit.
yeah, we're gonna go and not kill Richter, but first I did a little exploring off screen for some areas that I didn't get to, just for like a couple items. Mostly
Leave.
extra abilities for transformation. I can
You
now.
know, no. Worse, I can't believe you missed that one square on that big room on the right.
Oh no.
This
You also missed
Look.
the corner in the bottom left, and
Look.
one square on the top of that room over there.
Look, if I was playing this casually and not, for a stream, I would fill out all those squares.
Oh, and then in like that stepped room on the left side, looks like there's 2 squares missing.
Yeah, there are a few just random squares missing because I didn't care too much because of the stream. Anyways,
God.
aside from getting like some extra abilities, like from the mist and for the bat and wolf, I went and bought something in the shop. The Joseph's cloak. It's only slightly better than the crystal cloak, but it has a interesting attribute. You can change its color.
Hey.
I wonder what color he makes it. Oh man.
Oh wait, you can manually adjust it? That's so cool!
Yeah, only this cloak though.
It's more just the fact that the way you do it is by actually incrementing the values.
Yeah. Also, you can do the same with the menu.
Oh.
It normally starts out like blue, but you can just make it,
Red. Like the guy.
the guy.
I thought his name was the Red Man.
Oh, it's probably something else I should equip. Holy glasses. Yeah, I guess Maria did say they're kind of important.
Hey, Red, have you ever thought of selling the franchise rights to your brand? So you could have, like, the Red Guy, the Red Man, the Red Dude, the Red Chap, the Red Fellow.
I've been waiting
The
for
Red
you.
Chad.
Yeah.
Answer me. Why is a Belmont planning the resurrection of Count Dracula? Count Dracula rises but once every century, and my role is over. If I can resurrect him, then the battle will
One thing that
last for
is
eternity.
cool about the Saturn version is
If those are
after
your
the
true
intro,
feelings,
Richter
then
actually
so
has
be
a
it.
different design that lines up with his portrait.
That was just too much for the PS1.
I don't think so.
It was too many graphics. They couldn't handle it.
There's a reason why the Saturn was the best console that generation, right?
The resurrection of Count Dracula is at hand.
I forgot his name was Shaft.
Damn
Priest
right.
Shaft.
Oh. I guess you could say that he really got shafted with that name.
His mother must have hated him.
I'm still not sure what the purpose of this is, like, lore-wise. So I think in some versions that cutscene isn't there, so it just comes even more out of
What
nowhere.
have I done?
Yeah, well, the reason they took that cutscene out of the Australian version is because it doesn't translate culturally.
Card.
Wow.
I see what you did there.
Trevor Belmont? That was over 300 years ago.
Localization's a bitch.
Is the person who controlled you
Yeah.
in that castle over there?
Yeah, because Alucard's just like, it's the
so.
person who controlled you in that
Maria,
castle over
take
there. It's
Richter
like,
and leave
what
here.
castle?
I'll finish
What?
this.
All right. Good luck.
Okay, so you played through the game, and now you get to do it again, but upside down.
Honestly, I kind of wish that they did it a third time, but this time it would be in 3D.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do it so it was sideways. I wonder if when they designed the game, they designed it with the idea that you'd traverse the environments both ways initially, or if they just like flipped the map at one point and then edited a few areas.
I think the latter, because the castle definitely doesn't feel like it was meant to be navigated this way.
Hmm.
As much of a novelty as the inverted map is, it never feels like it was built for this.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel bad to play.
It's just you're going to be doing a lot of high jumping and using the bat to get around.
And a lot of the progression is just kind of stilted. You can't use, like, the faster movement options because the terrain's very uneven.
Yeah.
And I get it. You actually feel like you're on the ceiling because it wasn't designed for traversal. Like, I understand. Doesn't mean I like playing that.
Well, yeah, but you could probably make something that feels like a ceiling intentionally.
Yeah, it's like getting out of that area is just a little more awkward than usual.
I don't think I'd want the music to be reversed.
That would be weird. Oh, this kind of bring up one issue with the reverse castle is it's lacking in music compared to the normal castle.
They spent their money on the other castle.
Like, there is new music, but there isn't as much of it.
Okay, so they showed that this castle is basically just sitting above the other castle,
Yeah.
upside down. So why is the moon upside down?
You know what? Shut the fuck up and don't ask questions.
Plead the fifth.
No, plead the second.
Fuck, I don't remember which one that is.
Right to bear arms.
Oh. That'll be helpful with all the vampires.
Now you're thinking ahead.
When someone pisses you off, you go, Your Honor, I plead the second, and start loading with malicious intent.
We still haven't come up with a good counter to that defense.
Oh fuck, it reminds me of the thing I saw, which was like, the best counter argument against a nihilist is to shoot them.
What? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Just simply shoot them.
See, there's a problem, though. I'm not a nihilist.
Well, yeah, I never said I was gonna shoot you.
I'm violating my worldviews by shooting a nihilist. Yeah, it's logical.
I know, that sounds like it takes a lot of thinking. I'm just gonna skip that one.
Oh yes, library card. It's gonna be so helpful here.
Yeah, go back to the main castle. It's in
Like how even the save rooms are upside down.
Wait, what are library cards for? I know what library cards are for, but like here in this game.
They teleport you to the library. The library has like a shop in it.
Oh, so they're like Homeward Bones, but giga powerful.
Yeah, something like that.
Castlevania, well known for taking influence from Dark Souls.
Are you going to grind for the Chrysogrim?
Oh, probably. It's not that
And then
hard
are you
to get.
going to level it up?
The Chrysogrim isn't the one that levels up.
Yes, it is!
No, that's the Muramasa.
Details,
And
details.
no, I'm not.
Lightweight.
I've done it before. It's not worth it.
Maybe for your some sort of charity event, you'll do it.
No. Fuck,
Not even
like,
Hey, Red, now
who the
play the
fuck would
Saturn
watch
version.
that?
People watch Desert Bus.
It's at least funny.
I think Desert Bus becomes unfunny very quickly.
Red, I'm glad you took my advice and flipped the stream.
He's just showing solidarity with our Australian brethren.
Those Batwigs are so fucking ugly. Oh.
This is where they got the inspiration for Paper Mario.
Yeah, Reverse Castle will contain a bunch of classic Castlevania bosses. The Ring of Lead.
Has Symphony of the Night ever gotten a re-release on modern hardware?
Yes.
Or, I guess contemporary hardware at the time, because modern hardware.
Yeah, 360 and PS3.
PS4.
Yeah. Yes, Death is in the game. We'll be meeting him later.
We already met him, though.
We'll meet him again.
PS4 version uses the shit localization.
Is that the PSP one?
Uh-huh. Yuri Lowenthal plays either Richter or Alucard. I always forget which.
Why not both?
Well,
Save more money.
it sucks. 'cause He's
Exactly.
a great actor, but he didn't do a good job there. Yes, Death is in this game.
I already answered that.
Oh, you did? I didn't hear you. Oh well.
Oh! Cool. I'm seeing the actual Saturn design for Richter, and he's got like a coat.
Yeah, it's cool. I wish I could use that on the PS1 version.
The Saturn version, was that localized?
No.
Nope.
No?
Because the Saturn did sell well here.
Unlucky. I wonder if there's a mod or something that you could change it with.
Ah, that'd be cool.
It would be.
If it exists, I definitely want to know about it.
Alright, just play the Saturn version.
Yeah, you don't need to know what they're saying.
I'd like to.
Well, you already do. You played it so much.
Oh, that's cool. Apparently in Circle of the Moon, they used Richter's Symphony of the Night animations and stuff as basically just the base for the character. And so it's just like a edit kind of thing, but obviously Game Boy Advanceified.
You played baseball with that guy's bomb and blew him up.
I gotta say, I know it's like a trope that exists, but Dead Man's Volley is actually so fun. More games need it.
Every game has it now.
Oh.
Those Flying Knight guys drop a unique sword that, like, you can throw, and it's, like, cool, but it's super rare. I didn't even know it existed in the game for the longest time, and I've never had it drop.
You want fun? Fuck you.
There's a Castlevania fighting here. I believe it's for the Wii, right?
Yeah. It's called, like, Judgment or something.
Yeah.
As for RPGs, well, he's playing one.
Well,
It's a stretch.
it has RPG elements.
I don't know, it's like as much of an RPG as something like Borderlands. You can grind for loot, you gotta level ups.
I mean, I wouldn't call that an RPG either.
Shut up, okay? It technically counts according to like some marketing exec somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, at least that game has skill tree progressions where you can like customize builds.
This one is just level up, get stronger.
Level ups are really binary in this game.
To be fair, a lot of older RPGs also have fairly binary level ups.
Yeah. They also suck.
In fact, I don't actually know many JRPGs where you can make your own builds.
Well, maybe JRPGs suck.
True.
I agree.
This is factual.
From a panel of 3 experts.
I have played at least one video game.
What is
Maybe
the
more.
one you know you've played?
It's not Team Fortress 2.
Ah, shit, you're right.
I guess it'd be
beat-
Zero Mission, because I beat that today. So that's the video game that I've played.
And yes, it was totally legal.
Yep. Yeah, I even played it on the Virtual Console. That's how you know it was so true. Good shit. My official
played it
3DS
on-
Virtual Console copy of Zero Mission.
Wait a minute. That was on Wii U Virtual Console.
I fucking
3DS is like a
familiar.
Wii U,
Hit
but
that
small, right?
gear again, goddammit.
I always loved this place, you know, with the things turning into stone everywhere. And the
Yeah.
annoying platforming.
This area does not go well upside down. Like I had the thing turned in the right place, but then the sword familiar hit it again, so I need to...
So what are you trying to turn to the right spot?
These sort of gear things on the side, there are like 4 of them in across 2 rooms. You need to hit them until they make a clicking sound and it'll open a door.
Oh. Yeah, I think I see what you mean now when you say that the inverted castle seems like it probably wasn't designed to be inverted.
Yeah.
So which part do you think got more playtesting?
They probably got like one guy to go through it, and they said, "Did you finish it? Yeah. Was it good? Ship it."
How many times do I need to hit this thing?
We'll patch it later.
Yeah, exactly. We'll release a hotfix.
We'll just sell another copy. It's better.
Oh, it would have been better if the inverted castle was a pre-order DLC bonus.
Jeez.
Twice the content, half the quality.
Just put the pooper reel.
I think these guys only do 1 damage to me.
The time spent is the real cost.
I guess the real symphony night was the friends we made along the way.
And knowing is half the battle.
Unfortunately, it's the easy half.
Well, shit. Looks like I'm gonna have to repeat, whatever class this is.
When they say half the battle, they're talking like computer progress bars, where it progresses 50% in 10 seconds, and then the other 50% takes 6 hours.
Okay.
What are you doing? Using dial-up?
Yep. No, I'm using a hard disk, it's worse.
There we go. Open the door.
Get on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur. What?
Oh.
Just get me out of the goddamn clock tower.
What, were you frozen as like mist?
Well, I couldn't pass through the gear because it was a solid object. Okay. Probably the worst area in the game. Dragon Helm, which I think is one of the items you started the game with before Death took it from you.
Because Red didn't use the glitch.
I gotta say, Death's kind of a bitch for doing that.
In the last stream I got to Death, he appeared, the dialogue box opened, but he didn't say anything, so I was stuck there. Had to restart the game. Thankfully, it worked the second time.
That was his ultimate attack. That was how he would prevent you from getting further in the castle.
It was genius.
Reverse Castle does get better when you aren't in giant open areas like this.
Will the PS1 show off its highly polished 2D graphics that it doesn't have?
I was about to say, it's highly polished 2D backgrounds. I wonder how much of the Castlevania catalog you could play on a modded 3DS. Because you play all the NES games, all the SNES games,
The
all
Genesis
the
game.
GBA games. Can you play the Genesis game?
I'd be shocked if you couldn't.
To Google.
You could maybe play the N64 games.
3DS Homebrew, here we go. Atari 2600, NES, TurboGrafx, SNES, Master System, Mega Drive, N64, PS1. Yeah. Looks like you can do Genesis.
No Saturn?
No. Yeah, because there's the Master System, the Mega Drive, and the Sega CD. That seems like it's the most advanced thing. No Saturn.
I mean, the Saturn is kind of an abomination, so it makes sense. What about the Jaguar?
I don't know if anyone cared enough to try and do that.
Yeah, I know. I'm the only one who cares.
For some reason, the Reverse Castle is like really stingy with when it counts you in a square on the map, and that becomes really apparent when we get to the caverns. There's just like certain areas where it's like 1 pixel you need to like go to for it to count.
We said they really playtested the hell out of this part.
Okay.
Oh. They should have given you just a better double jump, so you don't have to fucking constantly spam the super jump. That would have been game design.
I mean, the double jump works fine for the normal castle.
I know, but at the beginning of this one, they could have given you, like, the Giga double jump.
The name of that enemy.
Shmoo.
Yeah, those are the enemies that drop the Crucigram. A weird floating head guy, and it drops like one of the strongest weapons in the game.
It's also got a dumbass name.
I don't even know like what they're supposed to be, because like almost every other enemy in this area is like based on what was it? Why am I blanking? Lion, Tin Man, Scarecrow. Why am I forgetting that?
I like the fact they're just called Lion. It's not a Lion Man, it's not like a Lion Knight, it's just Lion. Regular, plain old garden variety lion.
Wizard of Oz, that's what it is. I don't know why I put a name like that.
Well, I'm looking now.
I don't think there's anything like the Shmoos in there.
It's apparently based on Japanese mythology.
The lions also drop a really powerful fist item. But, you know, kind of pales in comparison to the
So,
Feels in comparison to your mom.
apparently, just from looking on the wiki, it said that it's possible that it's based off of the American comic strip called Little Abner.
That's an oddly specific thing.
Well, especially
Lord,
since it
obviously.
ended its run in 1977.
That sounds extremely oddly specific.
Well, apparently there's something called... Well, apparently there's a creature in that comic strip called the Shmoo.
I'm glad someone knows that.
It's quite beautiful. I will post.
Let's see Kirby in a Castlevania game.
Oh, jeez.
I want to see Kirby eat Dracula.
What ability would Kirby get after eating Dracula?
All of them, every one of them.
He gets thinking if there's a better answer. Fuck it, wait.
Your mom.
Is it bad that I was also thinking of that?
I didn't
What,
hit,
your
No.
mom?
didn't hit anyone with that hellfire. God damn it.
The Tin Man is quite special.
These are weird interpretations of the Wizard of Oz characters.
That one
Scarecrow is
bounce.
always a bit fucky to me.
The Scarecrow looks like something from Totally Accurate Battle Simulator.
But like, I want to give a raise to whoever was like, okay, so we're interpreting the Scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz. So he's impaled on a stick, and it's pogoing around while his body flails around. And that's the Scarecrow.
Wait, you just got a neutron bomb?
Yes. You know, this game has a lot of like consumable weapons, and I like never use them.
Okay, Red, do a consumable only run.
No.
Why not?
See,
Do you have a reason?
that's why they gave you so many library cards.
Come on, Red.
No.
What's the reason?
Oh, I only just put that together. The Lion, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I did say it was Wizard of Oz reference.
I know, but like I now realize how the other things fit into that because I saw like the weird R2D2 trash can robot, and I was like, oh, okay.
And then there's Shmoo.
Shmoo, my favorite Wizard of Oz character.
Shmoo.
Also, it's kind of funny how they took the idea of the Lion, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow, and obviously the Scarecrow, you can kind of see how it's meant to be a Scarecrow, and the Tin Man, you can obviously is meant to be a Tin Man, but the Lion in the Wizard of Oz, the thing that makes it not just a regular ass lion is, you know, the character traits or whatever, and they were like, okay, how do we adapt this character that's very particularly not this thing? Well, let's just make it the thing that it's not. Oh yeah.
You didn't tell me you were a game designer.
If
Thinking
I
like that?
only had a brain. Gets fucking impaled and hops around.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Your
didn't realize
problems are
this
going to
was
become a
a,
lot bigger than not having a brain soon, buddy.
I didn't realize it was a monkey's paw.
Yeah.
You know, that
No,
always
it's a
bothered me.
brain.
Is like, if I only had a brain, it's like, how the fuck are you doing this then? What the fuck?
Magic
Like,
brain.
I was about to say,
Then
if he
why
was
does need a
magically,
brain?
I was about to say, you could just have like a better magic spell that makes him smart.
Like if I only had a brain, clearly either you have one or you don't need one.
Maybe that's the reason he thinks he needs a brain, is because he's too stupid.
That maybe that would fit in with the fucking the theming of the Wizard of Oz, where people are just putting all their their fixes onto this fake wizard who doesn't actually do fucking anything. He's like, no, you're better now, see?
Alright, time to put on the a la carte set. Now I get an additional 35 to my luck.
Status Alucard.
Why is it Alucard?
Is there?
It's knockoff.
Yeah.
Oh.
There is an a la carte set, which you will find in the castle, but, you know, this set increases your luck, so it's ideal for grinding shmoos.
That sounds like a joke saying. Yeah, I'm just gonna go grind some shmoos. But what are shmoos? No, you know, shmoos. Well, yeah, but like, what do you mean by that? No, I literally mean shmoos.
Yeah. The only problem is the a la carte sword is weak, so it takes like 2 hits to kill a shmoo with it.
You just got $1.
Bro, just take a strength up. Also, the luck up is a status effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh wait, you need to have the shield equipped. Never mind.
Yeah. One of these days it'd be nice to actually just get it on the way to the grind spot instead of...
Grinding.
You got it, but it was in the wall.
Okay, here's a spot. Let's see what kind of... Oh, I have 1 luck potion. Great.
You should go to the library and get some more.
No.
True, you
And
got a
come
card
back.
to go there.
Then I have to walk all the way back.
Wait,
Yeah.
luck potion? That doesn't sound right.
I also only have 1 attack potion.
But you got 2 Frankfurters.
can't believe Red has TNT.
It's dynamite.
I'll be doing this for a little bit. Hopefully I can get it before the potions wear out.
Oh, Red, just look on the bright side. Look at all the level ups you're gonna get.
I don't think these guys get that much experience.
Well, yeah, but you're going to be doing it for so long that you're going to have a ton.
Yeah. I'm also at the point where experience doesn't really matter, especially once I get the Chrysogram.
Hey, Super Paper Mario.
Which game is it easier to get, like, stupid overpowered in, this or Super
Paper Mario. Hey, you leveled up. See?
Oh boy. Oh. I dropped it, but then I walked out the room.
You are brilliant.
But don't tell me that's never happened to you. Whatever, I
I
got
don't think it has.
it. Whatever, I got it. Done. That wasn't that bad.
I don't know. It's worse than literally all of the GBA and DS games.
What's your favorite Castlevania, Harain?
The one he's playing.
I'm boring.
I've got a favorite.
Okay, so you want to know what the
Look,
Chrysogam's
you're-
like?
Ben?
Mine is either okay, official Castlevania games, Castlevania Bloodlines.
I was about to say,
Definitely.
it's going to be Bloodlines, isn't it?
Wow, the Sega Genesis game? Who would have guessed?
Well, I love the music in that game.
It's just like the U game to pick, you know?
But as far as non-official, I'm gonna
Here
go
comes
with
the shilling.
Yes,
Bloodstained?
and I'm only doing it once because I did it way too much the last time. Infernax.
Oh, Infernax.
But yeah, so
I don't know. Ben likes Infernax.
so yeah, the Chrysogrim kind of just makes you a walking blender.
I mean, Friday should already be aware of the Chrysogrim. He's played Terraria.
Have you ever got
what was the
the?
last time?
I don't. You played since 1.3, right?
Which one was 1.3?
Moonlord.
When they added him more.
Yes, definitely. I've
Okay.
only played post 1.3.
Have you?
It's been 2 years since I played Terraria at all,
Okay.
so
Have you ever found one of those like underground sword shrines?
yes.
Have you ever gotten a Arcalis from them?
Maybe? I gotta look this up.
Yeah, usually you'll get a beam sword out of them, but very rarely you'll get an Arcalis, and it's based off the Chrysogrim. It's not nearly as overpowered, though.
They're trying to say that the Chrysogrim's better than the Master Sword.
I mean,
He's not, but I am.
does the
Mr.
Master
Chrysogrim
Sword swing like this?
Does the Chrysogrim shoot lasers?
Doesn't need
The
to.
Terragrim. Oh, yeah, okay. I get why it's based on it now. Oh, that's a cool
Which is
sword.
worse with backtracking? I guess you'd be referring to the Super Paper Mario thing we said earlier?
Well,
Super Paper Mario by default, I guess,
Well-
because this game is not really bad with backtracking at all.
yeah, this game is fine with backtracking. Okay.
I did think it was kind of funny when making the Zenith in Terraria. The hardest sword for me to get was the Enchanted Sword.
Also,
I see you filling out that map square.
Also, we're talking swords better than the Master Sword a lot in Terraria.
But they can't be canon.
No, I think the Meowmer could probably do it.
No.
This fucking dude is rolling at me. I don't think I've ever seen him do that attack.
Snack Hedgehog.
I gotta say, I definitely agree with a big criticism I had of Terraria, and that is you stop progressing at some point. Because you get all that cool shit from Moonlord, and it's like, okay, well, what now?
Well,
You beat the game.
that's literally the final boss, so I don't know what you expect.
I know, but that's the thing, is that like you get so much cool loot from Moonlord. There's a bunch of loot that you can't get until you beat Moonlord. But as soon as you get it, it's like, okay, well, what do I want to do now? Because I've beaten Moonlord. And that's where mods come in, I guess, but I haven't played modded yet.
I mean, I've gotten plenty of use out of that stuff just by, using those characters for other things, like obviously, if you're not interested in, like, just, building or doing other projects other than just progressing through the game, then there's not really anything to use them with.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Minecraft does have a stronger post-completion philosophy.
Well, yeah, because the End Islands is fun and interesting to explore, and that unlocks a lot of stuff. And also, Minecraft is a lot more based around building and shit.
Oh yeah, no, the Minecraft is structured around intrinsic incentive in the first place. Where basically everything you're doing in Minecraft is with the goal of achieving whatever the fuck you want to do in mind. Terraria spends the entire runtime giving you a checklist of things to do progressively, with barriers to cross and thresholds to meet. And then once you cross that, it's like, well, now what do I do? And you could obviously build, there's nothing stopping it. It's just, the game's mechanics and the way it's set up are not nearly as promoting of that type of play, or with the types of tools and abstraction required to build around that mindset. It's why a lot of people just stop playing Terraria when they finish.
Yeah, that was my experience. I do want to try and mod it at some point, though.
Kirby and the Forgotten Lands is a really fucking good game, and I will keep telling people they should fucking play it.
I will, but I have other things to do. Like play Xenoblade Chronicles 4 more times.
Say, I need help.
You need help, or does Friday need help?
That's what I'm saying.
What?
Good to see Ben's finally accepting himself. You don't need help. Ben. You're good the way you are.
Also, I want to point out that even though, like, everything is upside down,
The CD, yeah.
the CD is not. Like, what?
The all-powerful CD logo.
The what?
The transition rooms have have a CD logo on them.
Mm-hmm.
And despite everything in the reverse castle being upside down, the CD logo isn't.
They had to
Weird.
go out of their way to make sure that was, not flipped. So yeah, now that I have the Crisis Room, the game's kind of basically all over. It's like nothing's gonna stop me. And this
No
isn't.
one can stop me.
And this isn't even the strongest weapon in the game.
What are playing after this?
I don't know. I haven't decided.
Well, decide right now.
No.
On the spot.
Nope.
Got it. So we're doing Peach's birthday cake 50 turns.
Nope.
Why not?
Because it's not Peach's birthday.
Fine, I'll kick Red's ass in Mario 64 again. How about that?
Oh, you think you will.
Oh.
He's been practicing.
You know how close that race was.
Yeah. I won.
Barely.
I kicked your ass.
A win is a win. You cannot change that.
I did it once, I'll do it again.
Nope.
Yeah, we'll do it again, but this time blindfolded.
The whole point is not to settle it in Smash. The whole point is to settle it by raising Mario 64 again.
Settle it in the streets.
Back alley, 20 minutes.
Okay, Red, let's play Street Fighter.
No.
Why do they call it Street Fighter when you don't fight a single street?
No, you fight in the streets.
You fight neither as nor with a street in the entire series, and they still get to call it fucking Street Fighter. It's bullshit.
Well, maybe you should take him to court.
The first game was called Fighting Street.
Yeah, see, that works, because it's a street where people fight.
You could say that the individual who fights there is a street fighter.
But they aren't fighting a street. They're a person fighter. They're a person fighter in a street.
That guy
Is one who
resists
participates
hellfire.
in a street fight a street fighter?
Well, no, it's because they're not street fighting. It's a tournament. They're a tournament fighter.
But you just said that it's a street fight.
It's not a street fight, it's a tournament fight.
You said Fighter Street makes sense because it's a street fight.
There's no record of that.
You're literally on video.
This is the one time where there is no record. Oh. Oh.
The anime Bleach is an anime without any bleach. You know what? Maybe we should do red streams where the color red never shows up in the stream.
No.
Why is Bleach called Bleach?
Because you want to bleach your eyes after seeing it.
Damn.
I've never seen it.
Get fucked, Red? You're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go down that path. Oh.
You know, it was so kind to me in the normal castle.
Well, this is that part of the call where I should probably leave.
Oh, now
Because of
you're...
tacos.
Yeah, fuck you.
Mm.
You want to do something about it?
I'll kick your
Huh?
ass in Mario.
Oh? No, you won't.
Oh, is that a threat? Is that a threat?
See you. Fuck you.
Bye. Do you have to just wait for the thing to move?
Yeah. I don't know what determines whether when it moves. Might be on a timer, I don't know.
Fun fact I learned the other day. The reason Castlevania is called Castlevania is because it's a Metroidvania type game that mostly takes place within a castle.
Right. That's exactly it.
Why is it actually called Castlevania?
The name of the castle itself is Castlevania.
Oh, so the name of the castle is Vania. What's Vania mean?
Well, no, Castlevania is the full name of the castle. Castle included.
So Castlevania? Is the name of the castle?
Now you're getting it. And why is Haunted House called Haunted House when there's not a house?
What's a haunted house? Or what's not a haunted house?
Well, Haunted House is an arcade game of Castlevania.
Oh.
Well, it's Haunted Castle.
Oh.
I gotta wait for it to open again. Luigi's Mansion 3 contains no mansions.
Apparently, the original name was Demon Castle Dracula.
Yep.
Which makes sense, because Castle Dracula is a castle in Dracula.
I don't think the place is called Dracula.
No, it's called Castle Dracula.
But you said in Dracula.
Well, yeah, the book Dracula.
Fuck.
I've read Dracula, I'm cultured. And by that I mean I had an English class that I had to read books for an assignment for.
Weird, I've never had that.
English classes, we had to read books.
Well, I've never had to read Dracula.
Well, yeah. We got some interesting books that weren't, like, normal ones. I think my favorite one that we read was The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. That was a fun book.
Look that up. Okay. Stephen King.
Yeah.
There's a pop-up version adaptation.
There is, it's quite good.
You know, I've not read nor watched Bram Stoker's Dracula at all.
They're two very different things. The film Bram Stoker's Dracula takes a lot of creative liberties with the book Dracula by Bram Stoker.
Yeah, I just don't
He
know
was
anything
curious.
about either of them. I know
Part
what
of
he
me
looks
was-
like in the movie, which is kind of a silly design.
It's Gary Oldman, right? Yeah, it's Gary Oldman. Oh, I forgot I had Keanu Reeves in it too.
Before he became popular.
Yes. It's funny that Bram Stoker's Dracula is more Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, but for some reason they attached the name of the book, which is very unrelated, because most of the story of the movie is made up for the movie and vaguely based on the book at best.
Gotta have that brand name right.
Yeah.
Also, isn't like a character and then like kept the name Morris?
Morris?
I think so, because I think I heard because Castlevania Bloodlines, the main character is John Morris, and I think that was supposed to be a reference.
There's Jonathan Harker, which is John. Quincy Morris is a character.
Yeah. Maybe it's a combination of those two characters' names.
What's the name of the character? John Morris?
Yeah.
What's it from again? Oh, Bloodlines, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in Portrait of Ruin,
'Cause-
he plays John's son, Jonathan.
Is he American?
I think so.
Because Quincy's like, yeah, Quincy's a Texan as well. Yeah, so it's meant to be a thing of Quincy. Harmony of Despair, which one was that?
That's a weird one. It's like a weird multiplayer Castlevania game. It was after all of the
Oh, it's got all the people in it.
yeah.
That seems neat. It looks really pretty.
Yeah. It looks interesting, but from my understanding, it might not be that worth playing because, you know, no one's really playing it anymore, and it doesn't have any, like, modern re-releases.
Oh, it's only on the 360 and PlayStation 3. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Be nice if it was on PC.
It would be.
I think I played like a demo of it, but that's about it.
And then he was also in Grimoire of Souls, which is a mobile game?
Yeah.
Wait, was it like... Grimoire of Souls? Is it like a gacha game?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, weird. Man, it kind of sucks that all these really cool updated visual designs that were for Harmony of Despair and Grimoire of Souls didn't appear in any other games.
Yeah.
Yeah, Portrait of Ruin was my favorite of the DS Castlevania games that I played.
Portrait of Ruin is my favorite Castlevania game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I might give it another shot.
Symphony of the Night is number 2 for me.
Symphony that's number 2. Alright, let's look up Castlevania games. So I get an idea of which ones are which. Lords of Shadow. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that game. I'm actually interested in playing that.
I don't really have much interest in playing those games, just because I'm not really interested in those types of hack and slashes or whatever.
I have like a weird fascination with middle market licensed games from the 360 era.
Yeah. But there was the 3DS one, which is also on Steam. I forget what it's called.
Oh, Mirror of Fate?
Yeah, that one. That one is a Metroidvania. I do have that. I haven't played it yet, though. I should play it soon.
Oh god. Castlevania Judgment has the most anime-ass box art. It's amazing.
I don't know what is up with the character designs. Judgment, like, you look at any of them compared to their original designs, it's like, what?
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. I think Judgment was when they realized that Castlevania is two things first and foremost. Metal as hell and very gay. And then just dialed that up to 11. Was it the fighting game? Yeah, it's the fighting game.
Yeah.
Nah, it sucks it's a fighting game. God, there's so many fucking Castlevania games. What the shit?
So what's your experience with the series?
I've played Super, Castlevania 4. I played Rondo of Blood. I really like Rondo of Blood. I've gotten halfway through... Which one's the DS Sorrow game? Dawn or Aria.
Dawn is DS, Aria's GBA.
I got about halfway through Dawn of Sorrow. I think I got to like the end of the Carnival world in Portrait of Ruin, which is like world 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I couldn't beat the first boss of Order of Ecclesia. I've played a bit of Symphony Night, but not much. And that's about it. I don't have much experience with the classic games past. Oh, I've played Dracula X for a little bit. I did not like that.
I hear some shit about that one.
Yeah. But it's fairly limited. I've always loved the Castlevania aesthetic. Like, all of the official artwork for the games is amazing, and I adore it.
Yeah.
But the games themselves have always been a bit hit or miss for me. They have a great atmosphere.
Yeah, I feel somewhat similar. Where it's like, there's a lot I really like about Castlevania, but the games themselves range from really like to eh.
Yeah.
my experience is mainly with the Metroidvania ones.
Yeah, see, I never really tried to get into the Metroidvania stuff because I've never been a big Metroidvania person.
Yeah. Yeah, like Symphony of the Night was the first one. I mean, I technically played like Super Castlevania 4 on an emulator years before, but I hardly count that. But yeah, I played this, really loved it, got me into the entire genre, and only somewhat recently, like last year or something, I finally played the GBA and DS ones.
Which, honestly, I think out of all of the games that I've experienced with, the GBA and DS games as like a series, like a sub-series of Castlevania, is definitely the most interesting one to me.
Yeah.
I think I like the classic style, I don't know, more or less, but I think the classic style has more examples of high-profile games that everyone likes. Whereas the Metroidvania ones, obviously a lot of people still know about the DS ones, but I feel like they're kind of untalked about.
Yeah, Symphony of the Night is the one that gets all the attention. People do like the GBA and DS ones.
I've not heard bad things about them, I just don't hear a lot about them.
Yeah, the most you'll hear is for Aria of Sorrow. That's
Yes,
like
I heard that was like the big one.
Yeah, that's the second favorite one. But yeah, people don't dislike any of the games except Harmony of Dissonance. That's the one that people don't like.
Is that one of the GBA ones?
That's the second GBA one. And I think that game is just kind of okay. I think it's a lot better than people give it credit for, but it's not really remarkable either. The first GBA game, Circle of the Moon, is one that generally people like. I really do not like it.
Really?
That game bothers me.
What about it?
There's a bunch of things. First off, control. So
Does it just play like shit?
Yeah, you walk really slowly, but you very shortly you get the ability to run. But in order to run, you need to double tap. But something I realized after playing, some Kirby games is, because like I was playing them, it's like I don't really like double tap to run in games, but I didn't mind it in Kirby. Like it felt fine there. And I did some testing earlier, and I realized why. So in Kirby, when you're holding a direction and then you tap the direction again once, you start running. But in Circle of the Moon, it doesn't work like that. You need to tap twice, even if you're already moving.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't count you holding the button as the first tap. And that makes that game really annoying to play, especially with some bosses. Because you don't have, like, a backdash like you do in, like, every other
Oh, that sounds really rough, yeah. What's your issue with Harmony?
Harmony of Dissonance is basically a lesser Symphony of the Night. It does a lot of similar things to it, but not as well. It also has its own version of the reverse castle, and it kind of handles it annoyingly. So with this game, the reverse castle is the second half of the game. You go through the castle once, and then you go through it again, but upside down.
Is with Harmony, it's just like the game again?
In Harmony, you travel between the normal castle and the second castle. After a certain point, you gain access to both of them. But there's hardly a difference between the two. There's like some differences in like enemies and such, but the layout is exactly the same.
Oh, that's weird.
And because you're going through both of them at basically the same time, it has you go through the same area like twice, a bunch of times. So it's like you'll go through an area and then you'll go to a thing that swaps castles and then go through that area again.
Yeah.
At least with this, going through it again after having finished the first castle.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of interested in trying out the GBA games. Not necessarily just because they're interesting, which they are, but a big thing about it is that, like, handheld games are shorter because handhelds can't, store as much stuff. And so I would be more willing to commit to playing one of the handheld games or all of the handheld games than even Symphony of the Night ones.
Well, Symphony
Because
of the
they
Night
all
isn't very long either.
seem kind of bite-sized. I know Symphony of the Night isn't that long, but like something about the idea of like the handheld game just kind of makes it go down easy, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, of the GBA games, Aria of Sorrow is really the only worthwhile one, but, you know, if you want to check out the other two, go ahead.
Yeah, might as well.
All the GBA games have been re-released on Steam.
I also have something called a Nintendo 3DS.
That too.
And I now know how to make my own virtual console things.
That would also allow you to play the DS ones, which haven't been re-released.
Yes. Which is why I was thinking of doing it on that, because then I'd have everything in one place.
Yeah, and I generally do think the DS games are better than the GBA games. The only exception is I think Aria of Sorrow is a little better than Dawn of Sorrow.
What are your thoughts on Order of Ecclesia?
That game is weird. Like, overall, it is pretty good. But it has a completely different structure.
Well, yeah, because firstly, the combat's all spell-based, right?
Yeah, you have these glyphs, and they sort of have, like... You have a magic meter, and they get used up.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like stamina. But the game, like, it's still a Metroidvania, but it's level by level.
Yeah.
Instead of one
Doesn't
big
the... fuck, what was the... Portrait of Ruin?
Yeah, that... It's a...
That also is pretty level by level, right? Because it's got, like, the portraits?
Sort of, but it's like... You're going to... I mean, yeah, you can see them as levels as well, but they're more bite-sized in Order of Ecclesia.
Okay, yeah. Well, because it's like small maps in thing.
Yeah. Like, there's 8 of those in Portrait of Ruin, although the last 4 are like remixed versions of the first 4. But in Order of Ecclesia, you have a world map that you can select the areas.
Yes, yeah, I know that much.
Yeah. Order of Ecclesia, I think, is just under Symphony for me, like 3rd best.
Oh, yeah?
It doesn't, like... for most of these games, there's, like, some kind of issue I have with them that kind of holds them back. Order of Ecclesia doesn't really have any issues, it's just I don't prefer its style to Symphony or Portrait.
I get that. Also, Dark Cloak. It's a moral imperative to pirate every Nintendo game that you can possibly. Or at least any game that would give Nintendo money if you bought it. That's my take. You can disagree, but... if I have the choice of not giving Nintendo money, I will take that choice.
I definitely don't endorse piracy at all. I am definitely not playing this on DuckStation currently.
Yeah, the opinions expressed by me are not reflective of the Red Guy and his corporate affiliates.
What do you say about not saying things that'll get me in trouble?
Fuck, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was against YouTube TOS.
So, do you give that complete
Yeah, at least I'm not playing copyrighted music through my microphone, okay?
ingredients?
Ben, I think your audio's leaking. At least I think there's been.
Things that they can use to get really good.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
About this challenge because I made waffles once before that really dry.
Hey, Ben, I can hear that pretty loudly. Ben?
Completely reverse the baking powder and baking soda. I don't know what.
Sorry, Ben, I've muted you, because that's appearing on stream.
I'll just send him a DM.
Yeah, Ben, if you can hear this, tell Friday to tell me to unmute you, because I can't tell, because busy streaming. you said, did you say you played Dawn of Sorrow?
Yeah, I've played a chunk of it. It's been years though, and I don't remember how far I got.
Okay.
I remember liking it quite a lot, and that's actually the reason I tried out the other one.
Alright. Dawn of Sorrow is a game I wish I liked more than I did.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm curious on how it will compare with Aria, because when I was looking into those games, Dawn of Sorrow generally got a pretty mid reception, whilst Aria, a lot of people were really, really pleased with. So
Yeah. I have some issues with Aria, but overall it's pretty good. Dawn of Sorrow has the same issues as Aria, but worse.
interesting.
So Aria has this soul system where every single enemy has a soul,
Yes.
and every soul is a different ability or attribute. And
Yeah.
that is a cool idea, but it makes it grindy.
They're basically weapons, right?
Yeah. The issue is just how grindy it can make the game, because like every enemy has a soul, and you want to try out all the different souls to see which ones work, because you skip an enemy and they might have a really useful one. And I think the drop rates can be a little low, but otherwise I think Aria is a pretty solid game. Dawn of Sorrow has the exact same soul system, but they decided that the souls should be able to level up.
Oh, yeah.
And in order to level up souls, you need more of the same soul. And
Oh.
it maxes out at 9.
Oh.
So if you want to make the most out of the soul system in that game, you're going to have to grind to the same enemy with its low-ass
Also, I think
drop
Ben's back.
rates for 9 times.
I think Ben's back.
Okay. You are unmuted.
My bad. I knew that it was going to be an issue because I was making dinner, but then I forgot to mute myself when I brought my phone out.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Sorry.
It's alright. It's alright. We sorted it. Hey, I gotta look at the release order of these games, because I always play games in release order. I have a personal objection to the way that play orders are suggested to people.
Yeah. The order, Symphony, then Circle of the Moon, then Harmony of Dissonance, then Aria of Sorrow, then Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, and finally Order of Ecclesia.
Yeah. Also, were those the Castlevania 3 things?
Yeah, they were doppelgangers of the 3 characters.
What are the playable characters in Castlevania 3? Because I know there's Trevor and...
There's Trevor, Sypha,
Cypher,
and Grant, which were those 3, and
Right.
then, well, Alucard.
Alucard. And then the show ditched Grant.
Yeah. Which, a little sad that they ditched him, but he offered the least, so it's understandable.
Castlevania as a show is really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's honestly kind of interesting. I think out of all the anime I've watched recently, Castlevania might be better than basically everything other than Cowboy Bebop.
I don't know what, like, my favorite would be, but it's definitely a contender.
Yeah, it's just, it's insanely good.
I mean,
It's
my
easily
favorite-
the best thing based on a video game that I've seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's mostly because it doesn't give a shit about being based on a video game.
I mean, it doesn't really contradict a whole lot from the games. Obviously, the lack of Grant, but, it was an NES game, so there's not much story to contradict.
Well, that's the thing, though, is that it's not that it doesn't give a shit about it because it doesn't adapt it. It's just, okay, let's take the characters, let's take a loose approximation of the world, and let's just make a cool story.
Yeah.
And they fucking did it, and it's amazing, and I need to watch more.
I'm rewatching it with one of my friends. He wasn't overly thrilled with the first season, but
The first season is very simple, but I quite liked it. I know it's a bit of like a corny thing, but I thought it was fun that in a world with literal magic, the only group without magic was the church. I don't know, I thought that was a fun little thing. Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, season 1, short and simple. I think it's a good introduction to the.
It works what it is. It's a good, like, I guess, taste test, because obviously Netflix was trying to figure out if they wanted to commit to it.
I still find it funny that, like, season 2 is basically vampire politics, the show.
Yeah, season 2 ends pretty inconclusively, right? Or maybe I'm just misremembering, because I didn't watch the whole thing, and I stopped watching halfway through.
Or no, it ends with them killing Dracula, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like other shit that's about to happen though, isn't there?
Yeah, with Hector and Isaac and Carmilla. Yes, Dark Cloak, I've seen the Donkey Kong cartoon. It is funny.
I had some good songs to it.
Let me open up my account to see where I am in the show, actually. Castlevania...
Have you finished it, or are you...
Yes, I finished season 2. I finished season 2.
Okay, now, I did say that the show doesn't really contradict the games all that much. I forgot that it contradicts Curse of Darkness quite a lot.
What's Curse of Darkness?
It is the second PS2 game. I don't know a whole lot about it, other than, like, some story stuff. Hector and Isaac come from that game.
There's 4 seasons. I thought there were only 3. That's really nice.
Yep.
I will also say, the fucking voice cast for that show is insane. For Castlevania.
Now I remember, one of the things my friend didn't like was that he felt like the faces really didn't animate.
Yeah, I guess they're not like the most expressive, but...
Never really crossed my mind. But, yeah. As for voices, yeah, they're really good. I do kind of miss Alucard's voice from Symphony of the Night, but, yeah, the voice for the show fits probably better than Symphony of the Night's voice would for that show.
Yeah. I grew up on the BBC Robin Hood show, which Richard Armitage was in as... Fuck, who was he in that? But I watched that entire show. It was... good? Bad? I don't remember.
Haven't seen it.
It's quite entertaining. But yeah, that's where I know Richard Armitage is from, primarily.
Wait, who is he from? What is he in Castlevania?
He's Trevor. He voices Trevor. He was also in the Lord of the Rings Hobbit ones. The Hobbit ones, not the original Lord of the Rings.
I've only seen part of the first one of that, so I couldn't help.
And then, I think he's also in Spooks.
What about Spooks?
Spooks was another BBC show.
What you're saying is he's British.
Yes, he's British. Oh yeah, Spooks, renamed MI5 in certain regions.
So, I believe the Castlevania show, when it continues, it's going to be with jumping ahead to Richter instead of like...
Oh, they're making another thing? Because I thought Season 4 was like the big end of...
It is basically the end of the show, but they're going to... I think, they're making more.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised that Netflix is investing more into an animated property.
It seems to be doing well.
Well, yeah, but 4 seasons is pretty past, like, Netflix's, usual give it a chance date.
Yeah. But, I find it a little odd, but I understand the reasoning, that they're going from Richter, because, the timeline, he's not the next Belmont.
Who's the next Belmont chronologically?
I want to say Simon, but there's also...
Wait, is Castlevania 3 a prequel?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know, but Richter seems like the better choice because Simon's never really had a game with a plot.
I mean, there's Castlevania 2, I guess, but yeah, it makes sense to do Richter. There's not a whole lot to work with Simon, but it's just kind of funny because Simon is like the Belmont.
Well, kind of not anymore.
Yeah.
Because, like, you just think about it, right? Richter shows up in Symphony of the Night, which is one of presumably the more played and more well-known Castlevania games nowadays. And then, obviously, there was Dracula X and Rondo of Blood, which got a few releases.
Yeah.
But it's like the other thing. I don't know. I don't imagine unless they wanted to jump into the DS game chronology that they would have much else to work with.
Yeah. Yeah. I know there's also Christopher Belmont from like the Game Boy game. I don't remember exactly where he fits in the timeline though.
Hmm.
But
I guess they could do like something based on Bloodlines.
yeah.
Oh, I was really hoping they would, because that...
I mean, they could do something like that, and there's more to work with, especially if you incorporate Portrait of Ruin.
And the fact
Well,
that
actually-
it's set during World War One is just cool.
Well, not just that, but also Bloodlines is kind of... Bloodlines has enough of nothing going on that the DS games don't to invent more of a story, if that makes sense. Because Castlevania 3 had no major stuff going on outside of, framing device, because it was an NES game.
Yeah, I mean, there was also Curse of Darkness, which followed up on Castlevania 3, which they took some stuff from, like Hector and Isaac, but then kind of disregarded most of the actual plot of that game.
Yes.
Isaac's character design is completely different. Well, it's kind of funny because Hector is almost identical in terms of character design.
Interesting.
Oh, Red. Which Beelzebub do you prefer, this one or Escape from Bug Islands?
You even have to ask.
Well, if I didn't ask now, I wouldn't be able to ask at all.
This one, even though it dies really fast.
I literally didn't even see it because I was looking up Isaac.
Imagine a giant zombie man, like, chained to the ceiling with a bunch of flies coming out of him.
Oh yeah, no, Hector very much has not changed, but Isaac was changed greatly.
Yeah.
I gotta say, BDSM femboy is certainly an aesthetic that the show is missing, but I did like Isaac in the show.
Yeah, I definitely prefer Show Isaac. Honestly, Isaac is probably my favorite character in the show. I think he has, like, the most interesting plots, although you haven't gotten to 3 and 4 yet.
I've not gotten to season 3 and 4, but I fucking adore the way Dracula was done in season 1.
Yeah.
And season 2 just made it better, so... Unfortunately, he's gone.
But anyways, yeah, in terms of timeline, Richter is actually, like, the last Belmont for a while.
Yeah.
Because, like, after Richter, like, the Belmonts just kind of disappear for a while. Because, like, I forget the reason, but there's some weird thing where the Belmonts can't
Richter
use...
didn't have kids.
Well, he did, because there is another Belmont later, but he... For some... I forget the reason, but the Belmonts can't use the Vampire Killer anymore, which is why the Morrises
Oh yeah, which is
have it.
why... Yes.
But then in Aria of Sorrow, we meet Julius Belmont, who is the Belmont that actually permanently killed Dracula.
I like his design.
Julius?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, a weird thing about Dawn of Sorrow and also Portrait of Ruin is the art style change, where they were made to be more anime-ish.
Yeah, I was about to say, in Aria of Sorrow, he looks like a drawing, and then in Dawn of Sorrow, he looks like something from, like, Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that for Dawn of Sorrow, and then they kept it for Portrait of Ruin, but Order of Ecclesia went back to the old art style.
His Harmony of Despair art is insanely good. I think I prefer his Dawn of Sorrow design to his Aria of Sorrow design. His face looks weirdly melted in the Aria of Sorrow one.
I prefer the Aria one, but yeah.
Including melted face, felted maze.
I don't think they ever explained why Julius can use the whip again.
Built different.
I mean, I believe it is canon that each Belmont is stronger than the last, and he's the latest one, so he would be the strongest.
Leon Belmont, Castlevania Lament of Innocence.
Lament of Innocence. That was the first PS2 game, and he is the first Belmont.
Lament of Innocence. Is it any good? The PS2 games seem weird. They're character action games, right?
Yeah. Which, when you take those games into account, the, Lords of Shadow ones don't quite come out of nowhere.
No. But also, I didn't, like, these games are so completely unspoken of.
Yeah, no one really talks about them.
I've heard more about Castlevania 64 than these games. I'm not even joking. Okay, so there's Leon Belmont, Trevor Belmont, Christopher Belmont?
He's from the Game Boy game.
Castlevania The Adventure is also in. Oh, it's a Game Boy game.
Yeah.
And then Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge is another Game Boy game. Then there's Sothiel Belmont, who's in Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge, the Game Boy game. Then Simon, then Juiced.
I call him Juiced.
From Harmony of Dissonance.
Yeah. I call him Juiced just because I think it sounds a little better, but I don't know what
Yeah, and then
it's actually
Richter,
supposed to.
and then it goes to the Morrises. And then Julius.
Yeah. There's also Sonia Belmont from Castlevania Legends, which is the third Game Boy game, but she's not canon.
There's women, am I right, fellas?
No, you're wrong.
Oh. Well, damn.
Yeah, I'm okay with that game not being canon.
I think the main reason for it is like I think she was supposed to be like the first Belmont, but then they wanted, to make Lament of Innocence or something. They didn't want a Game Boy game dictating the first Belmont. From my understanding, at the very least. Which I understand, but I guess I guess it's a little shame that they just got rid of the one female Belmont. No, Dracula wasn't the first vampire, I don't think. Yeah, because I think there was another vampire in Lament of Innocence, because that game also shows the origin of Dracula. Also, speaking of non-canon games, Circle of the Moon is also not canon.
Circle of the Moon, fuck, which one was that?
First GBA. The one that I don't like.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's why it's not canon.
Well, I mean, I can't blame them for making that game not canon on the basis of it being bad, but I think the real reason is because Igarashi didn't make that one. It also doesn't really have anything to do with the rest of the series. Like, there aren't any Belmonts or Morrises in the game. And,
Who's
like,
the character you play as?
Nathan Graves, I believe.
Nathan Graves.
And he doesn't even wield Vampire Killer. Like, the whip is called the Hunter Whip.
It's just a whip.
Yeah. It's like the only connection to Castlevania is that Dracula is in it. And also Camilla, I guess. Or Carmilla, I forget which it is.
Or not both. You know, I love how, like, if when you use the Chrysagram, they just sort of walk around like they're on fire and then die. Like, without...
That's that enemy's specific death animation.
Oh.
One thing I do like about this game is, like, almost, like, every enemy has, like, a unique death animation. I mean, some of them just kind of, like, explode, but a lot of them have different ones.
There needs to be more blood.
There's blood.
Also, is there a max level in this game?
Probably. I don't know what it is.
I mean, that's fair. And you'd have to be crazy to get that high.
Why would you grind in this game?
Maybe you enjoy grinding.
You're already stupidly overpowered in this game. You don't need that.
Or maybe you end up doing something like I did with Technomancer.
Oh.
I don't know. I managed, when I was doing it, playing it on the hardest difficulty, I grinded to, like, level 60, before I left the first area. Because I was terrified about having to deal with all the shit on hard.
Of course.
I should also mention that that game is supposed to end your leveling at 20, but I got to 60.
Right.
I told you that game fails at everything that it tries to do. It either doesn't half-asses or doesn't do well at all. Minus the music again, which is, like, amazing, but that's another story.
No, box grinding isn't fun. I'm not gonna do it.
Think about how powerful! you'd be.
Look, I did try to grind out the fucking Muramasa at one point. Not worth it.
How long did it take?
Too long. I don't even think I maxed it out. I just got tired of doing it.
Where are you going around murdering plants?
They're in my way.
Alucard's a dick to the environment. Oh, good, a hammer. What do you use the hammer for?
It's only your fairy familiar can use it, and what happens is if a Medusa head turns you to stone, the fairy will bring the hammer out and smash you and free you.
Huh. That sounds kind of helpful, maybe?
I mean, it is in those right situations, but, I mean...
Well, it seems way too situational.
Oh shit, I just realized something I completely forgot to do in the other castle.
Oh.
So I go in here as a bat, and then change into a wolf. No, that wasn't it. Was it change into a wolf and then change into a bat? Yeah, there we go. And this wall opens. I completely forgot about that on the first round.
I am going to go get a drink of water. And I have a headache, so I might get some Advil or something.
Boy.
You better run.
I'm very scared of both of you. Utterly terrifying. And then I'll be back, and by that I mean I'll say I'm back, and then you can be like, oh, hi, back. I'll be mildly disappointed if you don't. I fucking paused the stream thinking that would mute me on Discord. I'm paying a lot of attention.
Nice.
Good on you.
Yeah, this stream isn't going to be nearly as long as the last one. We're making a lot of progress through this castle.
How close are you to the end?
I mean, I've got more than half of the castle, like, done. Like, you can look on the map.
Well, shit.
Like, it's the same size, but everything is open, so you can just go anywhere. So while, you know, say that it's the second half of the game, and, like, technically it is, but, you know, you go through it faster. Yeah, do seem more OP, mostly because of the Chrysogrim. I mean, the game is pretty easy to get really powerful in anyway, but the Chrysogrim just destroys enemies. And it's not the most overpowered weapon.
Is that the Muramasa?
It's the Alucard shield.
Oh.
That one you don't even have to grind for. You just pick it up, and if you have the shield rod, which you should, there you go.
They say the best defense is a good offense. Listen to you.
So a lot of the castle that you really don't need to explore. Like, your only goal is to obtain all the pieces of Vlad, and then you can go to the final boss. But there's a lot of, like, optional bosses that you can fight. The bosses that you need to fight are the ones that are from previous games, like the giant bat, Medusa, the creature, Death when we get to him.
I'm back.
Hello.
Goodbye, back.
Back.
I'm filled with rage and fury. Possibly even hatred.
Damn.
Good, let the hate flow through you.
These guardian enemies give a lot of experience. Yeah, the reverse castle is a neat idea, kind of a cool novelty, but I don't know. It's not nearly as good as the first half. Also, yeah, my sword familiar is not the most helpful. Like, it'll passively try to attack enemies, but it does it slowly, and it's not very accurate. But the more you use it, the more it levels up, and at a certain point, I think level 50, it upgrades and becomes more useful.
Are you gonna get that to that point?
No.
Oh.
You tend to have to go out of your way to level it up to get it to that point. Otherwise, it's just kind of passively there.
Is it still the best you've got, though?
I never really used the other ones. I think this one might have the potential to be the best one, but none of them are really the most useful until you level them up a certain amount. The Fairy Familiar can be helpful in terms of just saving you from, like, death, because it has specific items that, when used, will, she basically heal you and revive you. But you need the items for her to use. And, you know, there was a situation in the last stream where me equipping her did save my life.
True.
Okay, so out of the GBA games, Aria is the only one worth going out of my way to play if I'm interested in playing other games soon. Right?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
Harmony of Dissonance isn't a bad game, but it's not really all that special. But, you know, Aria is, you know, pretty solid game.
And then all the DS ones I'm interested in, so we'll get all those.
Yeah. Dawn of Sorrow is a direct sequel to Aria.
Yes. Hence the fact that he said Sorrow. It's weird that Dawn comes after the other one. Because you know how Dawn works, right?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure of, like, the significance for the names for, like, most of these games. Like, I don't know what Symphony of the Night has to do with this game other than just being a cool name, I guess.
Well, Portrait of Ruin is a painting in it.
That one, you know, actually makes sense. Order of Ecclesia exists because Ecclesia is an organization in the game.
An order, some may even describe it as.
Yeah. Circle of the Moon, the only reason it's called that is because...
It's because Moon's circular?
During the final boss, there's like an eclipse, and so there's like a circle of the moon in the background. I guess it's a cool visual. Although, honestly, Aria of Sorrow could have used that name. Because, like, the castle is inside an eclipse.
Spoilers, jeez.
I mean, it's like the first thing you see.
I still haven't played it.
Like, I don't really know what Aria of Sorrow has to do with the significance of that game, or even Dawn of Sorrow, or Harmony of Dissonance.
They wanted it to sound pretentious.
True, it wouldn't be a Castlevania game if it didn't sound pretentious.
You know, I find it funny that Bloodlines is called Bloodlines when it's the one game that doesn't have the Belmonts.
But it has blood, and there are
mean,
probably lines somewhere.
I mean, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know, I just find it kind of funny that like, Castlevania games have like these fancy names that a lot of times don't have much to do with the game. At least it's, you know, pretty clear with Portrait and Order. Although, I guess if we're going to be accurate, Portrait of Ruin should be Portraits of Ruin. There's more than one. Yeah, as I was getting at with the reverse castle, like, it's a neat idea, but like, the main issue with it is that like, it's so open-ended because you don't have any new abilities that you get for it. Like, it's completely open. You can go anywhere in any order. There's no restrictions to it. But, because of that, you know, there's not much progression. You're just kind of going through the areas. And because, like, your only goal is to find a few specific bosses. And then after that, it's, you just go to the final boss, and there's quite a lot of the castle that's completely optional. So it doesn't really feel nearly as satisfying to explore, not just because, you know, you already know the environments, because it's the same, but upside down. But, yeah. Like, if we did get, you know, more abilities and there was some more locked off stuff, played more like the first castle, then I think it would do much better. As it is, it's, you know, it's not bad at all, it's just not as interesting.
Maybe they ran out of ideas.
Maybe.
And then there's also, you know, it's really easy to get really overpowered in this game, but that, like, gets kind of to a ridiculous degree when you get to the first castle. I mean, I don't need to use the Chrysogrim. I did go out of my way to get it. But, like, that's just one option of many. As I said, probably the most overpowered weapon is the Alucard shield, which you don't need to grind for, you just find it. And we're going to be finding it soon, because it is in the caves, I believe.
What does the Alucard shield do?
So there's this... So on its own, it's just a shield. But there's this item called the Shield Rod. When you use that and a shield at the same time, it has a different effect depending on what the shield is.
And with the Alucard shield, that effect is...
You hold out the shield, and anything you touch will constantly take rapid-fire damage while also healing you.
Oh.
It's ridiculous. You are invincible when you have that.
Are you gonna use it?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm already using the Chrysogrim. It's not like I'm trying to not be overpowered. Symphony of the Night is the easiest game in the series. And, like, you can, you know, play the game in a way that makes it harder by, you know, challenge runs and not using certain items. One challenge that kind of interested in trying at some point is fists only, or fist weapons only. Which, you know, that could be interesting. Okay, it's these cave areas here with the water that's really stingy with, when it counts you in a map square. It's like you have to be, like, touching the ceiling in certain places, and, like, this is, like, like, you have to be pixel perfect at times. Like, I'm touching the ceiling, and it still doesn't say I am in that top square. Like, I think like the best way to do it is with the wolf, because you can I forget how you do it, but there's a way to swim with him, and that allows you to, you know, touch the top. I'm not gonna worry about filling out the map. It's really picky.
It doesn't seem worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got enough. I'm pretty sure I'll have enough of the map covered to get the best ending anyway. This game is weird, where the best ending is tied to map completion. But you don't need 100% of the map filled out to get it. What's the difference between best and worst ending, and is it worth it? So the worst ending was how I ended the last stream, where you just kill Richter. But there are a couple different endings after that point. The worst, there's not much of a difference between the endings, so doesn't really matter. But essentially, the less good ending will have Alucard walk off, and then Maria stay with Richter. The best ending has her go and follow Alucard. That's literally it.
That was such a vital thing to add then.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's the doppelganger again. You know, it's a good thing he didn't copy the Christopher. Although that would be funny if he did. Wait, he can turn me to stone?
Yeah. Bet you didn't know he was a weed user.
Ugh. Oh, this room right here is the Muramasa grinding room.
Why is it the Muramasa grinding room?
So do you know how you level up the Muramasa?
Blood, I think, maybe?
Yeah, you need blood. Specifically, you need to touch the blood that comes out of enemies. And so, these enemies, you know, they bleed, so they're good to use on, and there's a lot of them, so you can get a lot of blood. The best way to do it is using the knife. Because it does less damage, so you don't kill them as fast. Get more blood.
Blood for the blood god.
Oh man, the Dark Blade does like 89 damage. Just one less than the Chrysogrim, and the Chrysogrim is really fast. So, these like octopus enemies are a little weird, because like sometimes they seem to respawn but even before you leave the screen. I don't get it.
That's the point. Oh, you got some sushi!
You know, like there's more back here. Like enemies don't usually do that.
Oh, okay. Fuck. History.
Fuck history.
Yes, I hate it. It's bullshit. No, I need to go to.
But I got my degree in.
You have a degree?
Yes.
Then NDS. And then that's what all my things will be. Okay, cool. So now I just need to get my ROMs.
Okay, like, all the enemies are not upside down except for these fish. Why are these the only ones that are upside down?
Fuck you. Hey, Portrait of Ruin. Order of Ecclesia. Oh, they have lots of Shadow ROMs on Vins. Interesting. I mean, I am currently dumping a ROM of Lord of Shadow from my Xbox, which I call Vim.
Yeah, it's a nickname.
Yeah.
Hey, Vimmy, my man, ready to play this game?
Yeah, that's the thing I say when I go to play video game on my Xbox. Haha.
Was the only one who did that.
For legal reasons, that's not a joke.
I know you've been playing some Metroid games recently, but do you have like experience in other kinds of Metroidvanias?
Me?
Yeah.
When you say Metroid games, I've literally only played
Zero Mission.
Zero Mission.
Oh, okay.
Zero Mission is the first Metroid game I've beaten.
Right.
I've tried playing Super, I haven't gotten very far in it. I just didn't like the way it feels to move around in. I haven't tried Fusion, but I have it on my DS. Through Virtual Console. And that's actually legit. Well, it's not... No, it's very legit.
Us.
And then I've played Hollow Knight.
Oh, what did you think of it?
Not my thing. I like the combat generally, but the exploration stuff kind of got a little thin, and the game was a little long. It had that weird issue of like you thinking, oh yeah, this game's not that long, I can do all the side content, and then I got super burnt out on the side content, so I stopped playing.
It's the longest Metroidvania I've played.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is my favorite one, but you know, I can understand not being your style.
Mostly it was just a Link thing. I lost Steam for it. I have Samus Returns, like the 3DS port remake on my 3DS. So I'll probably play that at some point, because I really enjoyed the style of Zero Mission, and I think from what I've heard, stylistically, the Metroid 2 remake is probably the closest game to Zero Mission. So that might be something I enjoy.
And it's probably even more like it.
I tried playing AM2R, but I guess I just kind of lost interest. I have this weird thing where if I don't buy a game, I don't play it. I've played, sorry, Dark Look, I've played the second Shantae game, and then I played the pirate one, where you get the pirate gear, and I love that game. That's one of my favorite 2D platformers, actually.
Yeah, the pirate gear is Pirate's Curse.
Pirate's Curse. Pirate's Curse is fucking phenomenal.
That's the only one I have, but I haven't gotten far in it. I should go back to it at some point.
The platforming just, it gets like, the end game platforming challenges are just really big, do literally all of your stuff all together kind of things. I don't know. I don't know how good of it is as a Metroidvania, but just as a platformer, it is. top stuff. Actually, while I am legally dumping ROMs from hardware that I own, I might as well do that with Risky's Pirate's Curse, I mean, not Risky's Revenge. That one I was kind of okay on, like mid on.
Oh, there it is. The Alucard shield. Game was already over once I got the Chris Grim. However... Where's the shield rod? There it is. Yeah, you just walk through enemies. They just die instantly and heal you. The only downside is that you use up magic by doing this, so you can't just do it forever, but, you know...
Shield is amazingly oversized.
Oh wait, yeah, it only uses up magic when you have it out, so... But anyways, Friday, was there any, like, particular thing about Metroidvanias that you weren't huge on? Or...
I don't know, because conceptually, they really are something that seems like they'd be up my alley, and I've always, like, on that conceptual level, found them really interesting, but I don't know, something about playing them has just never quite worked for me? I just don't know.
If you were to pick a favorite, what would it be? Would it just be Shantae?
I wouldn't count Pirate's Curse as a Metroidvania.
Okay.
Because I guess it kind of does what you're talking about with... It's closer to a Portrait of Ruin structure than it is something else. There's very few collectibles in a world that you can't get on your first time. So there's never really a reason to go back to a world after you've finished it. There's some collectibles for 100%, but for the most part...
I think that contributes to why you like that one?
Honestly, I think with that one, it's just really, really satisfying to go through. It's very smooth controlling, it's quite quick, it's quite frenetic, it's very action-packed. It's one of the reasons I quite like the pirate ship at the end of Zero Mission. Because just as like a kind of, I guess...
You just two-shotted death.
Yeah, that's how ridiculous that shield is.
Yeah. I think I just get tired of the exploration, honestly.
Okay.
I generally like the combat, and that's one of the things with Hollow Knight, right? I love the boss fights in that game. That was really fun, but the exploration just never quite... I don't know, I just kind of get bored of it.
Alright, You might like Dust and Elysian Tale. That's a more linear Metroidvania with not much reason to go
I
back.
played the demo for Dust on the 360.
What'd you think of it? If you can remember.
I liked it. I only played the demo though, so I couldn't have played more if I wanted to. I just didn't own it.
All right. It's on Steam, so
I'll wishlist it.
This switch hasn't been pressed yet.
I liked its combat, if I recall correctly.
yeah, it's a bit on the easy side, but it's really satisfying. I don't think I ever got tired of it.
Yeah.
It's really flashy too.
Oh, definitely. Metroidvania, let me check Steam. I liked Ori. I played Ori.
Oh yeah, Ori's really good.
Actually, I should get okay, yeah, Will of the Wisps is on there.
Oh.
Because I haven't played Will of the Wisps. I've only played Blind Forest.
Yeah.
Will of the Wisp looks very up my alley.
Like, I think it just does everything better than Blind Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ori is like my second favorite one, right below Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
Maybe you might like the Guacamelee games?
I think I have the first one on... Yeah, I had the first one on Steam, actually. I think they gave it away in something. I didn't like the combat.
Oh, okay.
The whole... What's it called? Thing. With, like, the throwing. Just never felt right to me. Kind of felt a little janky.
Alright, I mean, I really like it, but, you know, if you... Not too big on it, but, you know, it does... I do like how it incorporates it into platforming. That one's a very platforming-centric one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, I need to play SteamWorld Dig 2. I have that on my DS.
That was pretty
Also, I want to play the Curse of the Moon games, because I really liked Shovel Knight, and Curse of the Moon looks very Shovel Knight.
Bloodstain?
Yes.
Yeah, I've only played Ritual of the Night, so...
Yep. Also, I'm gonna be honest, like, Shovel Knight is kind of Castlevania-esque, because obviously it takes a lot of inspiration from a lot of different NES platformers.
Yeah, it has some Castlevania in there, especially with the...
It's got a little bit of Castlevania.
Yeah. I think it's more so Mega Man, though.
It is more Mega Man, but it does have a little bit of Castlevania in there.
Yeah. You know, Shovel Knight is a game I do rather like, but it's not entirely my thing, so...
Spectre of Torment is what, like, sold me on Shovel Knight. I liked Shovel Knight originally a lot, and I thought the Plague Knight campaign was decent, but then I played, Spectre of Torment, and Spectre of Torment is fucking amazing. And the reason why I'm excited for Silksong, despite being kind of mid on Hollow Knight, is because Silksong looks like Spectre of Torment. Like, it looks like what Spectre of Torment was to Shovel Knight, but for Hollow Knight. And that's why I'm excited for Silksong, despite being really, really mid on the original Hollow Knight.
Yeah, I would definitely say Spectre of Torment is the best campaign in there.
Yeah. Spectre of Torment's amazing.
King of Cards is also pretty cool, though it's just probably one of the more different ones.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I ever finished King of Cards.
I would say it's my second favorite one.
Yeah, fair enough. I definitely think they got better at making Shovel Knight the more they made Shovel Knight.
Yeah. Like, the Shovel Knight campaign is actually my least favorite one.
The Plague Knight's my least favorite one.
Yeah, I can understand that, because that one is a little harder to connect with.
I just don't think that the constant switching between stuff works very well.
Yeah, I will say it probably is more flawed than Shovel Knight's.
Also, it's very clear the game was not designed for Plague Knight.
Yeah, that's the main issue with Plague Knight, is it just reuses Shovel Knight's level design, whereas the other two have whole new levels.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, as the Dark Cloak mentioned, you might like Fusion and Dread for Metroid.
I have Fusion, as I said, set up on my DS already, and I'll probably get around to playing Dread at some point. If I like Samus Returns, I'll probably like Dread, right? What I've heard is Dread is just the gameplay of Samus Returns, but better.
Yeah. I haven't played Samus Returns, but I did rather like Dread.
Yeah.
You know, I find like the witch designs in this game kind of funny. You have those, and then there were like different ones earlier in the game, but then in Circle of the Moon, they're like the more Western green-skinned witches.
Oh yeah?
It's a little weird.
I've played quite a few games with like pseudo Metroidvania elements. Like Dark Souls has some pseudo Metroidvania world design. And then something like a Control has some kind of pseudo Metroidvania twists to it. But
I've heard of Control, but I don't really know anything about it.
it's a really good third-person shooter. That's it. It's just a really good third-person shooter. It's made by Remedy, so like you kind of know that. But
Well, I don't know. Remedy also made one of the single players for Crossfire X.
and does Crossfire X a third-person shooter?
No.
And therefore my case has been proved. I will create a definition of the kinds of games that they're good at that excludes the games that are bad that they made.
This area is weird, because, like, yeah, there's this weird green liquid above me. But, like, in the normal castle, it's lava.
Huh. Oh, by the way, Prey is currently free on Epic. 2017, not the original.
I was about to ask.
Well, it's also Epic, so why would you ever bother?
It's free.
Yeah, you're not giving them money when... So...
Yeah, but you're giving them your soul.
I've already did that.
You know, I probably should just get Epic just for the free games.
That's what I do. I tried Yooka-Laylee in the Impossible Lair because it was free on here, and man, I do not like how that game controls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was the roll. The roll you can't do like in DKC, where you can like turn it into a long roll. It's like a set attack.
Well, I think if you do the double roll, then it can.
It goes for longer, but it still has a set distance. Or if there is a way of doing it, you have to like get a button rhythm down, and it was just no.
All right, this guy right here is the toughest boss in the game, and he can actually legitimately be really hard. So let me just bring out the shield. And he's dead. You can really tell how he has a lot of health just by the amount of time it takes for the shield to kill him.
Oh no, a whole 2.5 seconds? What the fuck?
You know, I should probably fight that guy legit one of these days, because I don't think I've ever fought him without either using the shield or the Crucigram.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah, the game probably has the potential to be tough, but like if you ignore all the things that make you overpowered.
Yeah, as long as you just don't use any of the strong things, the game is difficult. I've got some insanely good games off Epic though, because I got A Short Hike, Abzu, all the Amnesia games, Alien Isolation, Anodyne 2, Brothers Tale of Two Sons, Close to the Sun, Cave Story Plus, Daemon X Machina, which I don't know if that's a good game, but it was exclusive at one point, Enter the Gungeon, Ghostbusters the video game remastered, GTA 5, Into the Breach, Neo, Pillars of Eternity, was it It's like Tyranny, Prey, Remnant from the Ashes, all the Shadowrun games, Sunless Sea, The Messenger, Vanishing of Ethan Carter, and then both the ukulele games.
I need to get around to finishing Ukulele, the first one.
Oh, it's Sonic Mania too. And then the best game of all kind, Piku Miku.
I don't even know what that is.
It's very stupid. Oh, and both the Overcooked games I got for free as well. Night in the Woods. Oh, I need to play Night in the Woods.
I think I got that on Xbox.
I've heard so many good things about Night in the Woods. I just forget that Epic is a thing. Oh, I got Celeste as well, and then I learned that I dislike Celeste.
Whatever, it's a good thing Brian's not here.
It's just terribly written.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a really good thing he's not here.
I think he's heard me rant about Celeste. It's actually funny. Celeste is the first game that I fundamentally disagreed with enough to stop playing. Like, something happened in the game, and then I was like, no, that wouldn't happen. And then I stopped playing, so it didn't happen. And there you go. My headcanon has become reality.
Damn.
Okay, and then...
Just about fully explored the castle. Ben can hear some of that.
Oh, sorry.
Kind of weird, 'cause these skeletons are supposed to be the blood skeletons, but they're not red.
Huh.
They're just the normal skeletons. I don't know, it's a little weird. I think there were like other colored ones earlier, but those just look like the normal skeletons.
Interesting.
Hi.
Oh, hey, Akechi.
Yep. Alright. Well, basically explored everywhere. The only thing left to do is go to the final boss.
So, very, very good.
Wait, goddammit, I paused you.
Why'd you go?
No, I paused you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like those ones are yellow for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh.
really like the thumbnail, Red.
I like just randomly had the idea to do that like a couple hours before the stream. Let me turn you up a bit because you're a bit quiet. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop using the Alucard shield.
Hey! I have some news that no one cares about, but it's still mildly interesting.
Oh.
The first tweet of mine to get 100 likes just got 100 likes. I now officially have one tweet with 100 likes.
That's great.
I know,
What's-
this one's
what
really
does the
doing
tweet,
numbers.
Say.
I'm really becoming niche internet micro celebrity, aren't I?
I don't know if any of my tweets get over 100, but I also don't really tweet much.
Yeah, I'm in a Twitter community thing, and I just retweeted. You can't retweet into the community, you have to quote tweet into it, and the quote tweet of a piece of art got 100 likes. So, not really my work, but I shared a cool thing with a bunch of people. Hopefully they enjoyed it. Hopefully they went and liked the original image.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't an NFT, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was Breath of the Wild Link wearing an outfit from Xenoblade 2.
You know, funnily enough, there is a weaker version of the Chrysagram you can find.
What the hell's the point of that?
Like, it's basically the same, but it only swings once per hit instead of, 4 times. But you can still, rapid fire it, so at that point the only real difference is damage, where it does a little less, but it's still really powerful.
Game looks like so much fun.
Yeah. You do get stupidly overpowered, though. But I mean, if you like being stupidly overpowered, then this is the game for you.
Male fantasy, wait.
Alright, cool. Wow. All those Castlevania games are installed and set up, so I can get started on them whenever I feel like.
Yes.
Oh, and IKG, I just saw this on Twitter while I was scrolling, and it thought of you, because Ace Attorney.
Oh, nice. That's really good.
It is.
Oh, very good. Wow.
How does this elevator work upside down?
Good question. Oh, and they made one with Dahlia behind me as well. Wow.
Oh, and there's a cute one with Edgeworth in front of behind the other boys, Phoenix and
Oh, I
Apollo.
see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that too.
And here we go. Time to fight Shaft.
Making it this far.
Damn
I
right.
would expect no
Lamau,
less
lol.
from the son of our master.
So you are the one who was controlling Belmont.
Yes. I am the dark priest called Shaft. This world must be cleansed in the forge of chaos.
Why did you make Belmont lord of this castle?
For centuries, vampire hunters have defeated evil with holy power. But if two vampire hunters...
Wait, did someone tell me to delete Twitter? I'll never delete Twitter. My life would get so much better if I did that.
Hunters, none other could defeat him.
Exactly. That's why
It's
I
not
removed
the
him
goal.
as a threat by making him into lord of this castle.
Yeah,
But your
life
plan
is
has failed.
pain.
Exactly, and if I didn't have Twitter, I wouldn't know where to get my pain.
After I destroy your weak human side.
An ultimate boss attack does 1 damage to me.
Wow.
And he's in Buddha position.
Claim to love the darkness. Go then and dwell there for all eternity.
That's it?
Goal is achieved.
To be fair, I am using the Chrysogram, which is overpowered.
I thought using the shield.
I stopped.
That's too overpowered for me. I'll just stick to the Chrysogram.
I could have killed him faster with the shield. You have to go out of your way to not use a lot of stuff if you want this game to pose a challenge.
Father.
Well met, my son. It's been a long time.
I was hoping we would not see each other again. I can't allow you to leave here, Father.
You have ever been the ally of humans. Have you forgotten what they did to your mother?
Think you I would forget such a thing? No, but neither do I seek revenge against them.
Still uttering the same nonsense. No matter. Now is the time to put aside your weak human side and join me in remaking this world!
Dracula, in the name of my mother, I will defeat you again!
Behold my true form and despair!
I'm actually gonna fight him with the Alucard sword for a bit instead of the Chrysogram.
I like the fact that saying, ah, yes, I will stop using the shield and use the sword instead is like, oh, okay,
Well,
I guess you gotta give
sword-
yourself.
The sword isn't nearly as powerful.
No, I just think it's kind of funny.
Because I would have already killed him if I was using this shield or the Chrysogram.
Yep.
You know what they say about big hands.
Jeff Corder would be there.
Dang it, I thought I'd make it to the end, but I do actually have to go. So,
I mean, we're right at the end anyway, so.
I basically made it. But anyways, have fun finishing off Dracula.
Alright, later.
Later.
Little does IKG know, you're also Dracula, but backwards.
Yeah. Also, everything Red has said, he means the opposite of.
Now, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm actually running kind of low on health. That's
Also, I haven't listened until you guys got through the stream. I'm just
There we
starting to work, so.
Go back whence you came. Trouble the soul of my mother no more.
Alright, he's beaten. Game's over.
How? How is it that I've been so defeated?
You have been doomed
Oh, come
ever
on, the
since
game's
you
not
lost
that
the
easy.
ability to love.
It is that easy.
It is easy, yeah.
He said you were playing through the game box. Have you beaten it, or?
The world and
I'm actually getting closer to beating it, so...
Matthew 1626, I believe.
Wait, what if we were all getting pranked this entire time and Dracula was actually just Alucard backwards?
Oh my
She
god.
said, do not hate humans.
Oh
If
no!
you cannot live with them, then at least do them
Dun
no
dun
harm, for
dun!
theirs is already a hard lot. She also
Yeah,
said
Red
to
and I
tell
should
you
play through
she will
Simon's
love you
Quest
for all
sometime.
eternity.
You can do that.
Forgive me. Farewell, my son.
Sure. If I feel like there's a day where I want to punish myself, I'll do it.
Then we have this scene of the castle being destroyed, but what about the reverse castle? We don't see that one get destroyed.
I was about to say, because didn't you say the reverse castle was hanging above the regular castle? So where is the reverse castle?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was all in your imagination.
So you made it.
Alucard, I'm glad you're all right.
I'm sorry. 'Tis my fault you had to fight your own father.
Fear not. I had my own reasons for destroying him.
It must have been painful for you.
Indeed. But you must always remember that the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing.
I understand.
Alucard, what will you do now?
Fun fact,
The
I
blood that
believe
flows in
Richter
my veins
is the
is
same
cursed.
voice as Chris
Twould be
Redfield
best
from
for this
Resident Evil
world
1.
if I were to disappear forever.
I see.
Farewell.
Good.
Just kind of
We'll
funny.
not meet again.
Well, it's like I know the guy who voiced Wesker
Don't
in the
you
original
want to go after him, Maria?
is the voice of
I'm
BJ
sorry.
Blazkowicz in
I
the
can't let him
2009
disappear from my life.
Wolfenstein.
It's all right. Go after him. Perhaps you can save his haunted soul.
Thank you, Richter. Fare thee well.
Yeah,
And yourself,
this
dear
bit
lady.
here is what changes when you have the best ending. Not that much different.
I love how he's in that pose.
And that's it. I mentioned it last stream, but this credits music is really weird and unfitting. Like,
What the hell? I'm listening to it right now. What the hell?
yeah, I don't know. Like,
No, I don't understand why they made that decision. It is not fit at all.
I was just thinking for about the last 5 minutes of Dracula was in the public domain, because the book is obviously old, but apparently the copyright was never registered in the States.
Huh.
So even after the book was like just published, you could use Dracula as a character in anything.
Nice.
It's so weird to think that Dracula's not that old of a character.
When?
Like it was 1890 something, I think. And so he went into public domain in the UK in 62, because I think Stoker died in 1912. And it's 50 years copyright after that.
Well, I guess my question is, why then did Nosferatu have to, be Nosferatu? Because wasn't the whole reason that they did Nosferatu was because they couldn't get the license or something?
Let me check what date Nosferatu came out.
I think it's like
1922.
Oh.
Yeah, well, no, because it was protected under copyright in the UK until 1962.
But Nosferatu is German.
Maybe there's like a thing because of like international agreements.
It could be.
I don't know what copyright law was at that period of time, right? Because shit's changed a lot, but it was never done in the States.
I don't know why it still feels weird thinking that, like, Bram Stoker's Dracula is where Dracula came from.
Yeah.
I don't know, it always just kind of felt like something that's, like, existed forever.
Well, yeah, because the book's only, what, it's like 100 and something years? Yeah, in 1897, so 120, 130 years-ish, something in that range.
Yeah. Darkcloak, did they return in the future? I'm guessing you mean those characters. Alucard does. Maria, I don't think. And Richter, sort of. Creaking Skull says Creaking Skull.
Now that is a Pokemon if I've ever heard of it.
It's funny. I think that same guy like posted a comment just saying Creaking Skull on one video. I forget what video it was. And I remember looking at it, I was like, it was kind of weird. And then I played Aria of Sorrow, and the first boss was the Creaking Skull.
Oh, Creaking Skull. What do you mean the first Santa Claus? There's only one Santa Claus. Santa Claus came from the guy who exists. Simple answer. Occam's razor. Come on.
Alright, well.
Yes, according to this article, Ben, it seems like Dracula, due to certain agreements, the UK copyright transferred to Germany. And so they didn't have the rights to make it in Germany.
That makes sense then.
But as I said, it was never officially copyrighted in the States.
Alright, well, that's the end of the game. After beating the game, you do get the ability to play as Richter. It's just him going through the castle, similar to the reverse castle where you can just go anywhere. But you know, you're playing as Richter and there's no story to it. I've never actually beaten Richter mode because of the reverse castle is kind of awkward to travel with him because he doesn't have the bat form, so he can't like fly.
Oh, so doesn't he like the tall jump thing?
Yeah, he does that. And there's this one hallway that has like spikes on the floor that Richter does have a move where he can like dash forward to get through that, but it requires some weird fighting game input to do. And I'm not very consistent with those in this game because this game has a lot of those for like magic attacks.
Yeah.
But yeah. Richter mode is pretty fun, but yeah, I need to actually get through the reverse castle with him one day. But yeah. In the Saturn version, you can play as Maria.
Green bomb.
Yeah. Okay. And now you come back.
What do you want?
Anyways. So yeah, Maria
Under the door.
in the PSP version
Under the door.
also adds Maria, but she has a different moveset, which is weird.
Wait.
But yep. Rain just coming in at the last second talking to his sister on stream. Really, Harain?
You're welcome. I was harassing my sister.
Can you harass her not on stream?
No, I knew I was on stream. Fuck you.
No, he wants to make sure there's evidence, so in a court of law, you'll be found guilty.
Exactly.
Right, well, you have fun with that. Anyways.
Oh, I'm done. So.
Anyways, now that you're here when it's over, what do you think of the game?
It's shit. Why was it upside down? I don't understand.
Dracula invades Australia.
Oh, right, that's it. Okay, no, 10 out of 10. Never mind. I remember now. That's Castlevania. That was my problem. That's fine. Got it.
Right. Well.
What are you doing next week?
I don't know.
Figure the fuck out.
Later. Okay.
Honestly, as someone who's never played through all of Symphony of the Night, it's my favorite Castlevania game because of that one Dracula line about what is a man. That's all I know. Obviously, I've seen you play it, but like, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really taking all that in. But that one line from Dracula that made the game. Okay.
There's also the reverse castle, and I was shredding everything with the crucifix and the shield, so didn't quite get the full experience. But yeah, I've already talked a lot what I feel of the game across the two streams. But I rather like the game, but there are several other Metroidvanias I prefer to over it.
Like Curse of the Moon.
No. It's Circle of the Moon, you idiot.
Okay.
Curse of the Moon's probably a game.
Curse of the Moon is a game. It's Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Yeah, it's the Bloodstained. Yeah, there you go. Curse of the Moon.
But anyways.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. What?
Yeah, like, let's see, Symphony of the Night, I think, like, ranks number 9 in terms of Metroidvanias for me. Which, I mean, is on the higher end. But, like, see, I think the games that are above it, Portrait of Ruin, Dust in Elysian Tale, Ori and the Blind Forest, both Guacamelee games, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and then Hollow Knight at the top.
Sorry, but Symphony of the Night's just no Metroid Dread.
And by that he means it literally isn't Metroid Dread. It's a different video.
True.
I mean, I guess I agree with that statement. I mean, I've only played Dread once, so maybe I need to play it again, but as it currently is...
I played through Dread twice already. I might play it a third time. Well, actually, no, I am.
I don't know how many times I've played through Dread, actually.
No, you don't get it. You don't get it. It only hits on the 8th playthrough, okay? The first 7 are just your warm-up.
To be honest, the only reason I haven't played Dread more because of like my schedule lately. That's literally it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Otherwise, I'd be playing it like a shit ton more. It's so good.
Dread's so good. Who the fuck needs Symphony of the Night? I have Dread.
I wouldn't go that far.
I have Hollow Knight. I have Dread. I have Super Metroid. I'm complete.
You should add the Ori games to that.
I said I'm complete.
I played through Super Metroid already.
I'm never going to play any game I've never finished before again. Or ever.
Also, how can you say complete when Silksong isn't out yet?
Fuck! Okay, I'll make an exception.
Silksong not being out yet implies that it will come out, which is arguable.
Look, just because it'll take until after the heat death of the universe doesn't mean it won't come out.
True. Good point.
Red, I've just ruined the Symphony of the Night logo for myself.
Oh.
Look at the V in Castlevania. Despite being at the same angle, the top of the two parts of the V are both lit and in shadow on the two different parts, implying there's a difference in the lighting. Why? Why is the left one in shadow on the top?
I always made that... That always looked to me like it was broken off. Does that make sense?
I mean, it does look broken off.
It'd be really weird, though, if that was the only thing on the entire logo that was broken, which I would call a different design problem.
Anyways.
Also, it would still not be catching the light correctly, but...
Yeah, it's weird when it comes to, like, Metroid versus Castlevania for me, because I think overall Metroid is, like, more consistent and, like,
also
generally better than the Castlevania games, but I like Symphony of the Night, Portrait of Ruin, and probably Order of Ecclesia more than, like, most, if not all, the Metroid games.
Yeah, because you're a bitch.
I forget exactly where Prime ranks in relation to Order of Ecclesia. Or, I mean, did I say Prime? I meant Dread. But, yeah. Alright, should probably stop staring at this logo.
You're right, stare at the game over screen.
No. I didn't
Have you seen it, the screen?
I didn't die once the entire...
So you never showed the game over screen?
Nope. You know what? You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna look at the game screen.
That's the end of the stream. Game over.
Yeah, game's over.
See? Game over. What the fuck is this game's game over screen, though?
It's weird.
Did it say 195% completion?
The completion percentage is based on number of rooms you've found, and each castle is technically just over 100%.
That's not how percentages work.
Yeah. So...
Oh, also, Haran, while you were gone, I set up Nintendo DS Twilight thingy emulator stuff.
Cool. You legally acquired Nintendo DS games.
Yes, I completely legally dumped my own Nintendo DS ROMs for Castlevania games to play on a DS. And I did the same for one of the GBA games, and a copy of Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, which is a game I've already played.
Yeah, it was only for digital backup.
Yeah, it's digital storage, digital backup.
There was no other reason. It wasn't
no.
1 HP.
You stopped on nice and then went to 1.
Nice.
Oh no, I'm dead. Let us go out this evening for pleasure. The night is still young.
It's a good game over screen.
I hate everything about it. It's amazing.
I don't understand the quote at the bottom.
I don't understand a lot of the design choices of this game over screen. There's so much so fucking weird and wrong about it.
Why is Cow the Kangaroo $2 on Epic?
Don't worry, when Haran says that, he told us the other day how much he loved it.
No.
Okay. The game is over. Game over.
Game over, yeah.
Gonna end the stream. Goodbye, everyone who might be watching. There's only 4 people.
Let's playing 50 turns of Peach's birthday cake next week.
No, not promising anything.
Oh.
Hitting the end stream button right now. It's over.
You're over.